Welcome to the Circuit Rider News. Tonight we are starting with our lead story that comes from John Wesley's early years of him in college. We're going to start with our lead story in Oxford, England, where we have a reporter standing by to interview one of John Wesley's roommates. Ron Burgundy, take it away.
Hello, this is Ron Burgundy, reporting from Oxford University. This is a roommate of John Wesley, and John Wesley is the nefarious leader of a new cult that has sprang up here at Oxford. Can you tell us a little bit about John?
John is a very, very neat guy. He's very meticulous. He keeps his bed really clean. This guy, let me tell you, this guy the other day gave me a 5-minute sermon just for the roll of toilet paper. So everything with John Wesley is a sermon.
Does he sleep all day?
No, he doesn't sleep at all. He might sleep for like 5 minutes and that's it. He's back up with his holy rollers.
Oh my goodness. Well, what is the name of this cult that has started up?
Well, they call it the Holy Club. They call it the Bible Mob. And God forbid me, they call them the Methodists.
Oh my goodness. All right. Is this cult something like Skull and Crossbones or the Masons?
Yes.
What kind of strange rituals do they perform?
They're in there reading their Bible real intense. You hear very loud prayers. It's just a whole bunch of ruckus going on, and everybody in the dorm room is just like in a haywire. And they come and ask me, what is John doing?
Oh no, that sounds terrible. Aren't you scared?
I am terrified. He is laying prostrate over me, trying to pray over me. I'm waking up and I don't know what to do. I've told my RA, they said they can't do anything. I am terrified.
I can see it in your eyes, sir. Can you confirm the rumor that John and this cult has been going down to the worst parts of town and hanging out with the sick and the poor and trying to evangelize to them?
Yes, I can confirm it. If anybody wants to come to my room, I can confirm it. I have all the evidence.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, straight from the roommate of John Wesley, that this cult that he has started is pervading England, and it will soon be at the shores of America. Watch out for it.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Get your Up Dog today.
What's Up Dog?
Oh, not much. I'm just working on a commercial right now. That's all. What's up with you?
Nothing.
Okay, good seeing you. So, make sure and buy your Up Dog today.
What does that mean?
This is just a huge scandal in the United States, in the colony of Georgia to be exact. Missionary John Wesley is indicted on several accounts, several being refusal to serve communion to people, refusing to allow people to be a godfather, and the most scandalous of all, stalking Mrs. Sophie Hopke Williamson. To our field reporter, Michael Dickinson, for the latest. Michael?
Sure.
Thank you, Laura. We're with 2 victims of John Wesley's atrocious behavior. First, Mr. Parkland, tell us how Mr. Wesley has traumatized you.
He tried to drown my baby. He wanted to take my precious little baby and dunk him underwater, and that's no way to baptize a baby. I can't.
See the kind of damage this monster has done? Our sympathies are with you, Mr. Parker. We have an eyewitness to some more of Wesley's antics. This Sophia Hopkins' neighbor, best friend, Clara, good wife. Tell us more about John Wesley.
Well, sometimes when we were walking in the park, he would just pop up from behind a bush. And then also when we would do our laundry, he'd pop up from behind her bloomers. He was just a creeper. Just a creeper, I tell you. Just so scary. And I'm so glad that he is being indicted now.
This is Michael Dickerson with KBC in Oklahoma City. Thank you.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hello, this is Vince, formerly with ShamWow, selling a brand new preaching chair. It comes from Germany, and you know the Germans. They always make good stuff. The old preaching chairs, look at this, how it spins around. You could get dizzy. That's not good when you're preaching. And it rolls around. You could lose your balance, hurt yourself. No more of that. Now this is a preaching chair. See how sturdy it is? Lightweight, easily to clean. All it takes is just a little wet sponge, and any mess that a bull might leave behind easily washes off. Sturdy too. You can stand on this chair all day long. It's not going to go anywhere. And you can preach, preach, preach. Amen, brother?
Amen.
And tonight, we'd like to end our broadcast with kind of a heartwarming interview. Kind of think of a Barbara Walters style interview with Susanna Wesley, John Wesley's mother, led by interviewer Michael Dickerson. Please join us at Susanna Wesley's home. Michael?
How are you doing today, Suzanne?
I'm just
Wesley?
doing fine.
It is so nice to finally meet you.
Well, thank you for coming into my home.
No problem. Well, tell me a little bit about John Wesley, the person he is.
Oh, John, he was such a sweet boy growing up. You know, I had all these girls, and I had first my Samuel that of my boys, and then many years later got John. He's a sweet boy, but you know, he's just a little quirky. Sometimes I think he's the kind of child that only a mother could love.
Yeah, so tell me the type of games that he played as a child. Did he show the leadership abilities as a child that we see now?
Oh, always. But you know, a lot of the kids called him bossy because he was always telling them what to do, and he liked to come up with the rules to every game and tell people how to play them. And so a lot of the kids kind of got tired of playing with him, but man, I think that's what's made him a good leader now.
So tell me about his interaction with his other siblings, with his brothers and sisters, and what was that interaction like?
You know, it was only girls in the house for quite some time with John until years later his brother Charles came along. And so he played a lot of dress up with his girls and his sisters and a lot of house and that kind of thing. But I think he has a great compassion for women and understands how they think from living with his sisters.
Wow. So you as a mom, tell me a little bit more about, did you ever feel like John would become the great pastor and the priest, the bishop that he is today?
I have always known in my heart that boy had what it took to do it. Sometimes I wondered how he was going to do it, but I knew he would do it. And, you know, it's always been my hope. And I brought up in him that he should always put religion first. That's the most important thing in his life.
So tell me a little bit more about his trip to America. How did you feel about his trip to America?
Scared this mother to death putting my boy on that boat. I thought I'd never see him again. I thought he'd just sail off the face of our flat earth.
Now I'm going to ask you a little bit more about, I'm going to just dive a little bit more into the personal.
Okay.
Now, do you think about how it would be to have, some grandchildren? How do you ever think about that? We never known John to really have a very committed relationship. You know, can you just expand on that a little bit?
I always thought he'd be a wonderful father and that he should have kids, but you know, he just can't seem to keep a woman.
Yes.
He keeps his nose in a book, and I tell him, John, you need to get out and meet people. But you know, he gallivants not all over England, but all over the whole world. What woman would want a guy that does that?
Well, tell me a little bit about him being very meticulous. Has that always been a problem? Do you think he has OCD, or is that always been a problem?
His father and I have discussed that OCD several times and how he has to have things just so. Do you ever notice he documents everything?
Right.
And he likes people to be a certain way and to have certain routines, and and I do catch him washing his hands quite frequently as well. But I think it's a good characteristic. It has served John well.
All right. John Wesley, a great man. Thank you, Suzanne Wesley, for interviewing with us.
You're welcome. And that does it for the Circuit Rider News. Group 3 signing off. We'll see you tomorrow when our project is Biographies.